What's cracking, YouTube? Let's make sure we're live. But are we live? Impossible. Hey, the one viewer that I have, throw up a comment so I can see where it is and what it is. Type a little comment, my man. Why is it? What's up, folks? Throw up a comment so I can see it. There it is. What's up, Mark? Now we're talking beeswax. Folks. All right. Now I know what I'm doing. Live Q&A with old BL. We're just calling it answers. Why? Because people need them. There's people out there right now not making any dough, not getting ahead in life. And when you take a guy like me, dropped out of school, 16 years old, kicked out of the house, still end up making multiple 8-figure companies? How? How is it possible? Is it possible? Is it real? Oh, it's real. So every once in a while, I like to just jump on and answer people's questions so they get real answers. Okay. It's hard to get real answers nowadays. You either get charged or you have to sign up for some coaching program or you have to fricking do something. Well, this is your chance to get real answers without doing anything. Someone start with a question. Mark Days, kick it off. Michael can love it. That's fabulous. Guys, it's only going to get rocking once the questions start coming. If you guys don't have any questions, that's the first thing that I would point out is most people that aren't curious tend not to go very far in life. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but curiosity is something I think we all need to work on. You want to be curious. When you're curious, trust me, folks, that's when you can start you question things. You're wondering why. Abernathy, he says, what's my next move? Buddy, my next move is already in play. I've got about 8 companies that I'm scaling simultaneously with kind of what I call the mothership. So the mothership is going to be the one that's basically beaming everybody up and saving the planet one person at a time. It's for people that aren't making, at least 100K. Like if someone's making 60 to 100K, I'll train them and put them to work. All they got to do is apply to work for me. And I'll train them and put them to work. And then I'll show them exactly how to do it. Because again, it's not as hard as everyone thinks it is. I just think people are they're fed a line of shit to believe it. So my next move is putting up that main, top portion and then just build the 8 companies and then exit the 8 companies in 3 to 5 years and just do this until I get old and die and nobody wants to listen anymore, which is technically already happening. You should have Ken Shamrock on the show. I had Ken on the show once. I should have him back, you mean? And Lisa Song Sutton, little entrepreneur. Ed Milet, he's great. He's got a Y in his name, though. You guys do whatever you got to do to share this out so we get 28,000 mofos on here, not just 28. And I don't know how long the delay is. I wish I knew. But man, this is a great opportunity for somebody that's running a business or wanted to run a business or is stuck in the rat race that wants out. Maybe you want my advice on relationships. Maybe you want somebody to give you the okay to go ahead and do what you already had the intuition of doing anyway. Mentorship programs. Well, theoretically, I do. Yes, it's called the fraternity. So, like, jointhefraternity.com, but that's more business. Real mentorship? No, I don't really have a program where I mentor people. I'm, you know, I am too busy to mentor somebody. But old Bobby Eldson, you're, thinking the right things. Because again, there's a lot of people out there that think they know everything, and they don't realize that if they just collapse time and figure it out how from someone who's already done it or already been there, you can get there much quicker. So there's a lot of people out there like I was where they have to learn the hard way. You don't have to learn the hard way. The main thing you want to do is you want to figure out exactly what it is that you want, and then figure out who exactly already achieved similar results, and then ask them what they did to do those, to get those. And the crazy part is step 3 is you do the work. And the work, that's why they call it work, because it works. So you do the work, and the next thing you know, you got everything you were wanting. The question is what were you wanting? Because that's what most people have a big challenge coming up with, is what is it that you want? What are your beliefs on outreach? Don G, are you talking about outreach like leads, prospects? Are you talking sales? You got to be more specific. What's the biggest obstacle I had to overcome at Lightspeed? Believe it or not, building a team. Okay. I failed to build a team from the get-go, and now I'm scrambling to do so. And had I known how valuable a team was, I would have been collecting them throughout the years, playing it a lot smarter. Do I have a handsome single friend like me? I have lots of handsome friends. I don't know. I can't recall which ones are single and which ones aren't, though. Kimberly, what is it you need to figure out? Guys, if you're just joining, listen, this is called Answers with Brad Lee. It's a form of Bradvice. It's just live Q&A, rapid fire. You ask a question that you've been, kind of stuck on, or you've been vacillating over, or you've been wondering what you should do. I'll tell you what you should do. I'll tell you exactly what you should do. And I'll bet you money I'm right. And if I'm not right and I don't know, I'll tell you that I don't know. Okay. Because it's real answers. How to sell GHL. Would you sell SaaS? How to sell GHL. Would you sell SaaS? I do sell SaaS. Austin. I need to build a team, but don't have enough more EG get. You mean yet, I would imagine. You guys got to be clear with your questions. And that's a comment. That's not a question. Man, you would think there'd be more people following me that have some questions than just 37. It's crazy when you think about it. I got 2.7 million on TikTok. I got 1.3 million on Instagram. I got 262,000 on YouTube. But yet when I go live, 42 people show up. It's nonsense. I could take this call, but let you guys listen. Let you just listen to a call, but that'll get boring. All right, so nobody has questions. Wow. It blows my mind. Yes, I am live, Kimberly, or how would I be answering your questions? Live and in person. All just to give out some knowledge, man. People say, well, who's this guy? What does he know? Shit, I surprise myself sometimes. I know quite a damn bit. How am I using AI? Dude, I use AI in a million different ways. I use AI to make things quicker, faster, and better and stronger. We're embedding it into our companies. We're leveraging it within the departments to accomplish tasks faster, especially with like thinking or writing. We're learning that prompts are kind of what matter. The better of a prompt writer you are, the better AI will react. Best piece of advice I ever received. The best piece of advice, man. Dude, I'd have to think a long time, because when you say best to me, it means better than all of them. And it's like, now I got to sort through thousands of pieces of advice that I've heard throughout the years to measure whether it's better than the last one. So I've had way too many things and lessons to try and figure out which one's best. If you just want a good one would be very simple. If you want to succeed in life, there's 3 key areas, okay? 3 key areas that if you just pay attention to these 3 key areas, it's impossible for you to fail. You'll become what we call unstoppable, okay? Number 1, you got to get your mindset right. It sounds cliche, but it's true. Imagine I gave you an Xbox and all the games that went with it, but I didn't give you a controller. You'd sit around and you'd be like, this is all worthless. Well, that's because you don't have a controller. The controller is your mind. God gave you free will, so you're the one that gets to choose whether you use it or not use it. If you think it's broken, it is broken. If you think it works, it does work. You got to pick up the controller, which is this. And then you got to like use common sense and realize, even like with an Xbox, which is a very basic controller, this is a miracle controller. It does the most miraculous things. So now you have to realize, if I can barely learn how to, run all this, and, this button does what, and R2 does what, and this stick does what, like that's just a basic controller. So now you got to get control of this. You got to learn it. You got to understand it. You got to get a grasp on your mindset, so you realize that it controls your frequencies and your vibrations, and that the whole world we're living in is vibrational, and you're a vibration. So you're attracting whatever vibration you're emitting. So if you wake up in the morning and you choose to be negative, because it is your choice to react the way you react and think like you think, that's your choice. So if you wake up in the morning and you choose to stay negative or get negative or do something to get you negative, like checking emails or whatever it may be, if you allow yourself to get in the negative energy, you're going to start attracting that negative energy. So you have to get up here quickly and stay there. Right up here in the tone scale, where you have certainty and joy and happiness and peace and excitement and enthusiasm. And down here, you got anxiety and depression and guilt and worry and shame. You don't want that energy. You don't want it anywhere around you. It seeps into you. So you control the mindset, and you adjust your perspective to one of gratitude. And then everything looks different all of a sudden. And then now you realize, okay, I need to be good at something. Okay, you take responsibility and you realize it's your own damn fault you are where you are, and that you're not very good at much. Because if you were really good at something, you'd probably be making a lot of money doing that, because the best in any field usually get paid the most and make the most. So you got to get good at something. What I would recommend you get good at is sales, marketing, communication, relationships, the fundamentals. Marketing is massively important. You got to understand how to generate traffic. Build a personal brand would be the 5th one. You got to learn how to freaking build relationships, nurture relationships, but those are skills. So now if you get your skills right, now you move on and you get your freaking habits down, and your habits are driving everything. So your habits now just need to become better and better and better and better and better and better and better. So every day you just outdo the day before, and your habits become pure and clean. So now you've got the best mindset ever. You got the best skills ever, and you've got the habits. It's over. You're going to the moon, guaranteed. What do you got here now? How do you get so many people to send me money? Trust me, I don't know that answer, because I can't get a bunch of people to send me money. And besides that, half the shit I do and say is free. But the other way I get people to exchange money is I solve their problems. Money is exchanged when problems are solved, Donnie. 25-year-old stuck in the rat race, what would I do? Honestly, Salvador, what I would do is come work for me. I would go to bradlee.com and fill work for Brad. I'd go find me and apply to work with me. And then you would need to learn the mindset, the skill set, and the habits. You would get into sales, and then you would start to learn how to make, number one, we got to get your income level up. And then number two, we got to keep your living expenses down. What most people do is they raise their income, and then their lifestyle raises with it. And now they're just broke at another level. The trick is to raise your income, but delay gratification, and don't do anything expense wise. Like, don't increase your lifestyle. You stay where you were, or even try to get it below where you were if you could, because that'll just accelerate things. But then you have a discretionary income, and then you invest it. And there's various things you can invest in. And then obviously, accountants and all of these different people that you let have some money, because basically you got to pay them. They'll teach you how to multiply it and protect it. But if I were 25 years old, I'd start reading books every day. I'd start working out every day. I'd start being positive. I'd start mastering my skills, and I'd start forming good habits. And then I would learn to invest. And then I would focus the next 5 to 10 years investing. And by the time you're 35, you'd be a multi-millionaire rocking the stage, my friend. All right, Austin Buchanan, what's the truth about business or leadership that you believe, but most people disagree with? And how do you handle the criticism or doubt? Well, number one, let me answer that. I don't deal with criticism or doubt because I don't doubt myself. So at the end of the day, you only need everyone else's opinion to be good of you is if you don't have a good one of yourself. So negative shit talking and haters and trolls that pop in here, they don't bother me at all, because number one, they don't know me. Number two, I'm the closest thing to an angel walking the planet. So if you don't like me, well then frickin' dude, you're probably the problem. I can almost guarantee it. Everybody that knows me likes me. There's nobody that knows me that doesn't like me. I'm doing nothing but trying to help people. I'm not ripping people off and taking people's money. Like, you got the wrong person online for that. But again, the bigger question was, how would I know? Where is it? Damn, dude, they're all pouring in now. Looking back, what was the hardest decision you had to make that shaped the success of your business? Probably whether or not to sue somebody. And I didn't deal with the uncertainty, because guess what, guys, I've been broke before, and it's not that bad being broke. It's not as bad as everyone thinks. Some of you guys might be broke right now. It's not that bad. No, it's not as good as having money. No, it's not as good as being able to, wake up in the morning and feel good about yourself. But most people won't ever feel good about themselves because they don't understand how to wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you've got an opportunity to be grateful. You've got a choice to determine how are you going to look at things. I choose to be grateful, extremely grateful, because I get to wake up. I don't need glitter shooting out of a unicorn's booty for it to be a good day. It's a good day because I get it. It's a gift. I get to live. Like, that alone increases my enthusiasm and my gratitude to an energy level. And by the way, my energy is now attracting more like it. So again, I wake up with gratitude. I'm freaking enthusiastic. I leap out of bed. I go get the heart rate going. I freaking understand the importance of hydration. I drink water. I do my morning habits, which is 5 ways to make money. Read some information, get some information up in here, freaking work out, and freaking reach out to 5 people. So I'm not the guy that only calls when I need something. Build relationships. Why? Well, because relationships are what matter. When we're born, we need relationships or we'll die. And then when we're about to die, all we want is to hold on to relationships. We're asking for the people that matter. We're not trying to find, memories of our success or our business. All we want to do is talk to people and have those that we love around us. So they're important in the beginning, and they're definitely important in the end. So why do people forget their importance in the middle? Well, you shouldn't, because if you really want to get rich, where do you think money comes from? It comes from relationships. So you got to get good at nurturing and building relationships. You got to get out there and introduce yourself. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. At the end of the day, guys, this ain't rocket science. People just think it is. They want us to believe that it is, but it isn't. Wish you guys would share this out so we get more than 58 people in here. This is like freaking answers with Brad Lee. Like, damn. Diego, you got it. Mindset, skill set. The last one's habits. If you get your mindset right and your skill sets right and your habits right, dude, you're unstoppable. Anything you want to do, you can do. Has getting in shape changed your life, and will you keep going? Good question. Number one, every day changes your life, just so we're all clear. Every single day you wake up, you have different neural pathways. You have different cells in your body. Like, you change literally every single day. So has getting in shape changed my life? Not in the way that you would think. Not like, oh my God, everything's so wonderful now. But it's changed my life because I look better. And when I look better, I feel better. And when I feel better, I do better. Okay. I look better, I feel better, and I do better. So in that regard, it absolutely changed my life. And of course, I'm going to keep going. What kind of moron would get a six-pack and then let it get back to flab? All right. I need to build a team and don't have the money to do what you recommend. I need to build a team and don't have the money to do it. What would you recommend? I would recommend that you find a team of people that are willing to work on commission. They're willing to be sold on your dream and help you achieve your dream in exchange for a piece of your dream, son. You got to go close a team of people that your plan is going to work, and then you give them some of your plan. You don't be a greedy. Okay? People are greedy because at the end of the day, they think they're going to die if they don't get it all. But that's not true. In fact, the more you share, the more good fortune that you throw off, the better off you are. See, that's why I'm talking, that's why I don't need everyone's approval, because, dude, all I do is walk around trying to make everyone's life better. I'm doing this live not so I can, sell you my course. I'm doing this live so I can freaking give people answers. Okay. Answers with Brad Lee, real answers, not just a bunch of bullshit answers, not a bunch of, half-wit answers, but real answers that may not freaking feel very good to you, because guess what? Sometimes the truth hurts, but love ain't lies, people. Remember that. Love ain't lies. Okay. Old Pyramid Woodworks. I'm a wood artist looking to pivot my business. Any tips for the business side of things? Well, I don't know what you mean by pivot your business. You got to get more specific, but I've built many, many businesses. And right now I would recommend, not only pivot, but, diversify, vertically integrate, all kinds of shit. I need to build a team, don't have the money. Okay, then go out and build a team and give them a little piece. How old am I? Old enough to know better, young enough to do it twice. How would you deal with a toxic and controlling business partner when your business is 50-50 and you can't sell it because the other one has to agree? That's a good question, Amy. And you want the answer? Throw a 1 in the chat if you want the answer. I'll give you the answer, but you got to throw a 1. So let me see you're listening and let me see what the delay is. Damn, we got a long delay. See, she don't want the answer, or, yep, long delay. That's what it is. All right. I'll give you the answer. Okay. The question, folks, for people that are just stopping in was where is it? Damn, it went way up here. Oh, Grant Gandhi thinks I'm Grant's son. That's pretty funny. Where's your question, girlfriend? Where's your question? Where's your question at? How can you get on the podcast this month? That's a good question. How do you stay disciplined? That's a good question. Hey, put your question back in because I missed it. They're going too fast. If you have a poison business partner where you're 50-50 is what the subject was. What if you have a negative business partner that's 50-50? Damn, dude, where is it? Well, enough you put in the one, so I'm going to give you the answer. It was basically something about what if you're stuck with a partner that's has to sell the business because it's 50-50 and they won't because you can't do anything when you're 50-50, which is why I highly recommend whenever you guys do business, never be 50-50 because this is exactly why. You always get into a headlock and you can't make a decision without both of you agreeing. So if you're both remain fighting, there's no decision to be made. So now you have to somehow come together. But in a case like this, what you do is you offer them the same amount for their shares, along with the offer that they could buy yours for the same amount. So you approach the person, you say, hey, we don't get along. There's a toxic relationship. I'd like to buy half. I'd like to buy you out, and I'm willing to offer you X amount of dollars for your half of the company. And if you don't want to do so, then you have the ability to buy me out for the same price. That way you step to them with a real offer, because if you wouldn't sell it, well, then don't offer it. But if you really want somebody out, you go up to them and you say, listen, I'm willing to pay you $10 a share, let's say. And then ultimately you're willing to sell it for $10 a share. So either they let you buy it for that or you let them buy it for that. If they still don't want to do it, then that just means they want to fight. They want to argue. And now you're stuck in a nasty relationship, just like you would be if you were married to someone doing the same thing. Old Grant Gandhi says, I was Grant's assistant. Grant Gandhi, just so you know, I wasn't Grant's assistant. I was his coach. I was his guide. I was teaching him how to do some shit. And I was his friend. So I know that you probably like to talk some sort of smack because you think you're cool, but in reality, nobody even knows who you are, bro. So next time you think I'm Grant's assistant, okay, and I kind of talk like him, you ever think about maybe he talks like me? Kimberly Burkett, I'm blowing it up. I worked on it this weekend. I need to socialize. That's what I need you to help me with. Can you help me do what? Do what, Kimberly? I don't know what you're talking about. Amy, how would you deal with a toxic? Oh, there you are. I just answered that. You freaking offer them the equal amount you would. How do I plan my day? I take it, hour by hour. Obviously, things that are scheduled, I plan on going, but I wake up, extreme gratitude, hit the gym, do my 4 routines, and then freaking play with the kids a little bit, and then head to the office and take the day as it comes. I'm not a big, major planner. How do you cope emotionally with your first failed investment, and how did you overcome it? Dude, listen, as long as you got your brain, as long as you got your mind, as long as you got your skills, as long as you got your habits, as long as you have control of yourself, which you do, then you can always make money. Making money's easy. It's just solving people's problems. If you can solve their problems, they will pay you to do it. So if you failed at an investment, technically you learned. So you get the mindset right, because right now you're all negative and scared and fearful and doubtful and down on yourself, and guilt and shame and all that negative energy is attracting more. You got to shake that shit off right now. Like, dude, you lost money. Big deal. I've lost money. Grant's lost money. Tony Robbins has lost money. Everybody's lost money. Okay. You're nothing special just because you lost money. You're not the only one that screwed up before. Everybody screws up, and you're going to screw up again. And you can't be afraid to screw up, because if you are, you'll take less action. And folks, action is the difference. So you screwed up, you lost a little money. Cool. Next, be a little more careful next time. Next, boom, get back at it. Bada bing. Whatever I do, whomever I choose to work with, I'm definitely an asset to them. My problem is I don't like the field they're in. I'm still looking for something to do. Okay, that's cool, brother. I managed 86 million. Maybe you can help me in that field. Nope. You got to remember Gandhi. You're talking to the real Brad Lee. That's right, fool. What's up, Gandhi? We're talking to the real Bradley. Shit, I was just FaceTiming Grant yesterday. If you were new to network marketing, how would you reach out to people to invite them to take a look at your opportunity? Well, number one, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. If you're not already on the product and you don't have a real story, I would find a story and adopt a story, because stories sell. You know, the people that are bigger in the MLM space are because they basically had something happen to them where they developed a story out of it, and then they started sharing the story with as many people that as would listen, and basically cause them to, you know, get involved and do it themselves. So that's what you do. If I were new, I would take the product or find a product that I was really passionate about or something that changed my life, and then I'd go tell everybody I knew and anyone who would listen. I'd get on social media. I'd build a brand. I'd go to networking events. I'd talk to my friends. I'd talk to my family. I'd talk to everybody. I'd go out and introduce myself on a regular basis. I'd be Mr. Frickin' Mayor. I'd be out there shaking hands, because I realized the more hands you shake, the more money you make. And I'd be constantly thinking about and diving into personal development. I'd become the best and most valuable human on planet Earth that I could be. And I'd be doing everything I could to continue to do that while I was preaching my story. That's what I would do. And that's all you have to do. Any good interviews you got coming up in your channel? Yeah, I got Andrew Tate coming up. I got freaking a lot of good ones coming up. It's going to be a good season of dropping bombs. How can you scale and build a large life insurance agency? Dude, the best way to scale and build a large life insurance agency is to join my life insurance agency called Real Financial. Real Financial develops a way to sell it in the financial services space, and then I put people on your team. Like, I provide the people, because that so many people come to me to get out of the rat race, and the financial services space is a hell of a way to do it. I mean, trust me, you get into that and work your ass off, you could definitely earn 7-8 figures in the next 10 years, no problem. And, you know, that's a pretty decent little chunk of change. So I would go join Real Financial at realfinancial.com. Why? Because, dude, the only other option is choose another organization to work under or work with. If you're an independent, you're just going to be sitting out there earning lower commissions than I'd pay you being independent. Like, there's no value in being independent. The value is finding a group that believes in personal development and leadership and freaking options, and knows what they're doing, and has the team that'll support you and show you the way and give you all the resources necessary to succeed. And none of them, except mine, give you the people. So I join Real Financial if you want to go get big in the financial services space. And that's the truth. Andrew Tate's going to be a good one. How do you get people to create a free account when your company is free to join? How do you get people? It's called advertise, Sarah. You got to advertise. You got to promote. You got to get the word out there. You got to do email campaigns. You got to pop into Facebook groups. You got to get that link out there. You got to promote the hell out of it. You got to advertise it. You got to do paid ads, billboards, Super Bowl commercials, anything and everything you can afford to do. And you say, you want to sign up for this reason. You incentivize people to sign up for a free account by giving them something to sign up. You just got to rack your brain and figure out how to do it. No, you know, they're not just going to sign up for fun. Boy, we got some. Favorite book, probably As a Man Thinketh, or The Hard Way. My book, believe it or not. It's a good one, especially in audio. You buy my book, The Hard Way, on audio. You just listen to it 10 times in a row and do what I tell you to do. Boom. And do what I tell you to do in that book. Boom. If you do it long enough, 2-3 years, woo, night and day difference. How can you scale a large agency? Favorite book. Should I focus on real estate as a realtor? Or I've been looking into life insurance. Would you recommend? Well, Jetton, I'd do both, number one, but I wouldn't sell real estate because people that sell it don't really get rich. People get rich with real estate by owning it. You got to own it. You got to own the real estate, not buy it. So trust me when I tell you, if you're selling it, you're in the wrong field. You don't want to sell it. You want to own it. So I would own real estate and build a big life insurance agency because it's easily something you can do both. I'd also buy businesses. Mergers and acquisitions will get you rich as hell. You know, January 25th, I'm teaching a whole one-day seminar on how to buy businesses with zero to no money down, which blows people's minds because they don't even realize they could walk. They have enough money in their bank account right now to walk in and buy a business doing, you know, more than they're making. So they could just buy their job and now they're the boss, you know, and then the company that sells it to you obviously has to stick around and show you how to run it. So as long as you don't screw it up, it's going to do what it was doing when you bought it. So now you bought a job and you own the company. So now you're walking in head honcho. And if you're smart, then you take that company and you roll it into another company, very similar to a 1031 exchange in real estate. You just do it with a company. So now you can basically trade companies. And then you trade another company, then you trade another company. Pretty soon your nets, you're doing $200 million EBITDA. How did I get the 100% real social confidence? Dude, listen, if you want to build confidence, you got to forgive yourself. You got to commit to do what you say you're going to do. You got to start winning. You got to start freaking getting rid of the negative people. You got to start mapping out and figuring out what exactly success looks like. And then you got to read a lot. Those 6 things will build your confidence and your self-worth, which builds your net worth. Michael, what's your biggest problem you need to solve? A team. What remote positions do I have available? All kinds. What do you think about Trump and Melania's coins, a big exit liquidity and wiping out big checks? I think, you know, he made a coin and, you know, you should have bought some. What's your thoughts on AI calling? You know, I'm sure they're going to use it for that. And again, I mean, I would be using everything for that. AJ says, I'm a beast. Let me sell for you. Go apply, bradlee.com. Apply with Brad, or go to my link me or whatever it's called. You joined Andy Elliott's app. Are you making an app on sales? I would probably not make an app because an app is just an app. I believe in real training, and real training takes good content, repetition, practice, and accountability. The thing you want that Andy has is his virtual training system because it's powered by Lightspeed. And Lightspeed is a real training system. An app is just a library of videos, and videos don't train you. Otherwise, I'd be a mixed martial artist because I watch mixed martial arts every day. I watch MMA all the time, and it doesn't make my game any better because watching videos does not train you. Okay, training takes good content, repetition, practice, and accountability. So again, I would cancel my subscription to the app and I'd go buy his training system if you really want to learn. And then, yes, I do have a training system on sales. I have Closer School, closerschool.com. I'm going to be beefing that up, dropping all kinds of valuable information in there and spreading the word, because sales is where it's at. If you guys want to make money, get in sales. You got to get in sales. You know, a lot of people are afraid of it, but you shouldn't. What's up, Nep? Met you in Nashville. Right on. How would I go about scaling an advertising agency that focuses on branding companies through paid advertising? You know, it's funny when advertising agencies ask me how to scale because, you know, you're an advertising agency. You advertise. You know, I don't see a lot of advertising agencies advertising for themselves. They're trying to get everybody else to advertise for, and they're trying to get more clients and scale their business. When in reality, I always say, how come you're not advertising your own company? How come you're not marketing your own company? Because the answer to grow and scale a company, guys, is you have to put enough lines in the water to grow your opportunities to do business. It's called marketing, advertising. So you have to generate more leads, more interested people to talk to you. Then you need more people to run and deliver, because if you don't deliver, you're screwed. So you got to deliver what you're selling. And then last but not least, you want to organize and automate it so you do it as seamless and as fast and without as many people as you can. So you leverage people and technology, and then you get really good marketing people out there constantly looking to increase the lead flow, which are interested parties. There's ways to get, what I call hand raisers, where, you for example, here's a 10-step guide on getting more leads. Well, business owners download that. That shows that they're wanting more leads, and that tells you that they need your agency if it's any good. So if it's good, you put out a lead magnet, like 10 best ways for any company to double its sales. And then that 10 best ways is one of them is hire your ass. That's how I'd go about it, Cole. Brian Christie, owner wishes to sell the property my restaurant is on. I would have it to be sold to you if you give me 3 more years. Worth 88 can be worth 700 with eminent domain. Again, dude, I don't usually buy shit out of the country, but if you send me a deal, I might buy it. Old Nep's targeting 500 businesses in Louisville, Kentucky by hand delivering QR codes as secret envelopes for customer support chatbot demos. How should I follow up for a sale? Well, the thing you deliver should automatically, once they scan that QR code, automatically tell your CRM and your nurturing sequence and your sales team that they've raised their hand, because they wouldn't download it unless they're interested. So now you just call them up and you say, hey, I see you downloaded my free guide on generating more revenue. What's your goal? You trying to get more money in there? Oh, I know there's a lot of BSers out on the internet, but I'm not one of them. I'd like to earn 5% of your trust and watch me blow through the rest that's needed. I'll earn the other 95. Boom. Start closing. You helped me a long time last year to be grateful in life. I just want to say thanks. Yeah, right on, Tamir. You put a fire up my ass. I like the way you think. That's right, Kimberly. Let's go. Hey, by the way, let me tell you guys something real quick. I chat GPT'd, what would you do if you were Satan and you wanted a man to be unsuccessful? He said, number 1, I'd fill his mind with doubt and fear. Number 2, I would distract him with instant gratification. Number 3, I would surround him with negative people and environments. Number 4, I'd give him a victim mentality. Number 5, I'd keep him comfortable. Number 6, I'd make him believe that he had to know everything before he did anything. Endless planning. Number 7, I'd erode his confidence. Number 8, I would freaking make him focus on external rewards, not internal rewards. Number 9, I would give him poor habits. And number 10, I would remove his sense of urgency. Folks, if you want to succeed in life, you have to do the opposite of those things. You have to increase your sense of urgency. You have to get rid of your bad habits. You have to freaking focus inward, because that's where the answers lie. You got to build your confidence, not allow people and things to destroy it. You got to take action, not plan. Okay. You got to get uncomfortable, not stay comfortable. You got to get rid of the victim mentality and realize that you're the one that makes the decisions. You're the one that gets the choice. So if it's being chosen, and it is, well, then you're the one choosing. So why don't you take responsibility and realize that you're the one choosing everything? You're choosing to be mad. You're choosing the way you react. You're choosing your own energy, and your energy is what's costing you. So you choose a better energy. You choose to shift your perspective, and you might have to learn to do that. But at the end of the day, that's what you do. Okay. And then your energy gets better, and then your life gets better because your choices get better. It's not rocket science. And then ultimately you get rid of all the negative influences around you and the negative people, and you get out of negative environments. And then you quit thinking everything happens overnight and give up too soon. You get rid of instant gratification. And then by doing all those things, you'll lessen the fear and the doubt, and any fear that remains, use it for fuel. Again, change the way you look at fear, and fear actually becomes a motivator, a power source. Let's see. Owning real estate is trash. Let's see. Owning real estate is trash. Low returns. Buy crypto instead. Well, that's called gambling, AJ. Bitcoin, yes or no? Yes. Bitcoin, guys, you got to understand, ain't going anywhere. Why? Because the blockchain's not going anywhere. And if the blockchain's not going anywhere, well, then Bitcoin's not going anywhere. The question, are all these meme coins going? Well, who bought the Hawk Tua coin? Okay, if you got screwed on the Hawk Tua coin, you probably deserve it, because you bought a coin based on a girl who got famous because she said, you got to spit on that thing, talking about what everyone knows. So again, you bought a coin, you bought a meme coin from somebody who got famous because they said you got to spit on that thing. You deserve to get popped in the mouth and screwed on that one. Now, again, I feel bad for everyone who did, because I don't mean that for real. I mean, as a joke, but I'm telling you, Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Dirty Home, you're welcome. Matt, what's going on with Real Financial? Guys, Real Financial is the absolute best option in the financial services industry that exists. It gives you the best pay plans and the most options and the best training and support you've ever seen. And on top of that, we build your team for you. Okay, if anyone understands the financial services space, they'll understand that, dude, if you're going in the financial services space, if you knew everything right now, the best option is Real Financial, period. End of story. I make sure of it. It's where agents come first. It's like, it's the best of all the worlds. So you can go over here and just get this, and you can go over here and just get that. And, you know, they've all got their little benefits, I guess, but Real Financial has all of them. And not only that, we build the team for you. All we're looking for is badasses. So again, that's what's happening with Real Financial. It's blowing up. Neville say that in order to manifest, you have to feel the wish fulfilled before any of it comes real. Any practical recommendation on this matter? Yes, Juan. Manifestation, you know, again, works because your gratitude and your energy is so high when you visualize that you've got everything that you want in life, that energy attracts it. So again, at the end of the day, man, when you close your eyes and you visualize, your mind doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. So what you want to do every single day is just visualize you already owning it, already being there. How would you act if you already had $1 billion? You probably wouldn't be so greedy. You probably wouldn't be so cheap. You probably wouldn't be so worried. You probably wouldn't have the same energy. Well, that's because success is not waiting for you, bro. Success is waiting for the you need to be in order for it to come to you. So you have to be before you become, if that makes sense. Highest ticket I sell is 90,000, 100,000. TRT, I would definitely do it if your TRT is low. If your TRT is low, then do it. If your TRT is not low, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're 30 years old and your TRT is lower than it should be, where like a man should be, which is between 700 and 1100, you know, 7 to 1100, right there in there. If it's not in there, I'd take TRT to keep it there. Your recent podcast with the Jewish king was very entertaining. Yeah, he's a good dude. Dan Pena's training. Again, dude, I know people who went to Dan Pena's training and they all said the same thing. You know, he's teaching you some real applicable skills. And I will probably be going over there to the castle very shortly. Distributing phone accessories to local convenience stores. Dude, whatever you make money on. I mean, phone accessories sell, and that's sales. So I would highly recommend you get into sales. The best sales position that you offer for killers in the sales field, probably, again, Real Financial, you know, Lightspeed, all the shit that I have, you know, people are making good money. If you're broke, shack up with a chick, no mortgage or rent, and bank all the money and level up. I've done that, Travis. I've done that before. And that's a valid way of doing it, as long as you're respectful and as long as you're nice and as long as you're kind and she wants you there, and she's willing to freaking, pay your way while you get on your feet, and then you get on your feet, and there's no obligation, by the way. Just make sure it's clear and there's mutual respect. I've done it before. I used to live homeless on a beach for about 2 weeks. And the way I got off the beach is I found a girl that didn't want me on the beach. She wanted me in her house. So I went to it. And then I obviously, used that stepping stone to come up. That was a long time ago. I don't know how old you are, but it is what it is. And if that's where you're at, I would say there's nothing wrong with it as long as you're a good dude. Oh, 43 and have a $31 million real estate portfolio with $14 million net worth. Should I focus on doubling down on real estate or start buying businesses? I would start buying businesses, Eric. Businesses, brother, businesses. You can buy businesses and roll them up just like real estate, and it happens so fast, and it's unbelievable how much wealth people are going to be generating in the next 10 years through mergers and acquisitions, and that's all it is. M&A, bro. Come to the 25th event downstairs in my private training center. Leather high back chairs. You can go to probably my link tree, or Google it. It's called Real Acquisitions. And I'm telling you, if I were you, I'd buy businesses. And I'd probably do both, by the way. Again, I'd keep buying real estate. There's nothing wrong with real estate. I'd keep buying that, and I'd buy businesses, but I'd make more in businesses, and then I'd put it back into either businesses or real estate. Real Financial is in Canada, guys. It is in Canada. If you're watching this from Canada or you hear this, Real Financial can operate in Canada. Not the UK, but maybe the UK. Let me find out. Definitely Canada. Is it a good idea to have a drink before making a cold call? I don't think one drink is going to do anything negative to a cold call. Maybe loosen you up, put you in a better mood, and give you a better energy. But, you might be the person that tends to become an alcoholic, and then you need alcohol before you can make a call. And so the answer ultimately is no. Alcohol is poison for your body. If there's a time where you can't or don't want to drink, that's always the best option. There's never a wise choice to drink, but if, in a case like that, where you're trying to loosen up and it produces better, and you're not an addict, and you're not going to develop a dependency, I would say there's nothing wrong with it. Ooh, Gary Brecka and Grant Cardone. I spoke with them both recently. Gary seems to have been, in his words, bamboozled, and he is taking action. And Grant is obviously firm in his belief that he didn't do anything wrong, and the court will determine who's right and who's wrong. That's what I think. But they both have opposing opinions, obviously. If I had to restart my career in my early 20s and I had 20K in the bank, what would be my first move? Again, I would get into sales, Cole. I would take that 20 and leave it in the bank, okay, and start investing it into myself, my knowledge, my skills, so I don't just have 20 grand in the bank. I mean, you should be getting 20 grand every 2 weeks, from a paycheck. So how are you going to get 20 to 30 grand a month coming in, 20 to 40 grand a month coming in, 50, 60, 70 grand a month coming in? 9 times out of 10, the quickest way to do it in the beginning is to sell something. You got to get good at sales and then sell something high ticket. So the 20 grand gives you enough comfort to jump where you're not worried too much about bills for the next couple months, so you can find something to sell and make more than you have in the bank every single 2 weeks. So that's what I would do. I would get into sales, and I would freaking, grow that 20 into 200, and then I'd grow that 200 into 2 million, and then I'd grow that 2 million into 20 million. and then I'd grow that 20 million into 100 million, and then I'd freaking probably retire and enjoy life, because it's all about living, bro. It's all about relationships. What kind of open-ended questions come to mind for door-to-door solar sales? Again, you can make a lot of money in solar sales. I'd be working with me though. Why? Because again, best training, support, and culture in the business. If you aren't, working for the best, you're screwed. Well, you're not screwed. You can still make money, but you're better off working for the best. Kevin O'Leary says money has no feelings or emotions. Take big risks. Billionaires go broke every year. That's right. That's right. Any advice on getting over the massive discomfort I have calling leads? Yeah. The advice I would give you is you get paid whether they say yes or whether they say no. You get paid whether they say yes or whether they say no. That's what you think in your mind, because you're getting paid whether they say yes or no. So if I were paying you, no matter what they said, why would you be bothered to make money? Why would you be bothered to make calls? You get paid either way. Harry FDJ, you can take closer school, you can search YouTube, you can learn on your own, but if you're not making a couple $100,000 a year, I would highly recommend that you do the real training program that I've set up. It teaches you the mindset, the skill set, and the habits. The coaches hold you accountable. You get a culture of people that keep you going, and you feel plugged into something, and then you start making the money. If you do it by yourself, that's the closer school route. You can go study sales and closing, but you also have to study communication. You also have to study marketing. You also have to study personal branding. And with sales and closing, that's closer school. You still need communication, marketing, personal branding, and relationships. And I think relationships might be in closer school, but marketing and communication, there's just touches of it. So again, I would do the real training program and come to work for me personally. That's what I would do. Kimberly, thank you. See you later. What do you think about starting a credit repair business? Well, there's a lot of them out there that make real money, and you better be good at it. But again, I highly encourage people to start their own business. If that's what it is. I think there's better things you could do. And not only that, I wouldn't start a business at all. I would buy a credit repair business if that's what you wanted to do. You want to buy a business, not build one. And that's coming from a guy who built them. Guys, building is harder than buying. You can walk in and buy and be up to speed just like this. Closer School is an on-demand platform. Go to closerschool.com. What do I think about Islam? Well, I think it's a religion that, is very old, and I don't think the extremists represent true Islamic faith. And I think Islam is I think personally, all of the religions have some truth in it. All of them have some truth, because it's all coming from the source, and the source is the truth. And there is a creator. And I think all of the religions are a glimmer of the truth. Not all of them are lies completely. Like, in other words, there's truth, I bet, in all of them. So at the end of the day, I don't know enough about Islam to make a real, stance. But I would say that the real Islam is not the extremist things that you hear about on social media. They want you against Islam, even though, actual Islamic faith. And again, there may be some parts that I don't understand. So I'm not endorsing the Islamic faith. I'm just saying, I'll bet you there's truth in that one. There's truth in Judaism. There's truth in Christianity. There's truth in all of it. There's truth in all of it. So again, to me, believe what you want to believe. My recommendation, no matter what faith you are, is to go seek the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And the truth, should be evident if you're honestly seeking it. You go to realfinancial.com and join there. And if you can't, DM me because I need to get the new link up, but I'm sure it's ready to go. Yeah, we can help you in Canada. How to start from zero? Brother, every time I started was from zero. You just start, okay? Again, when you have nothing, it just limits your abilities and your resources. When you start with zero, you're just limited with your abilities and resources. So you have to go first, take a hold of the controller, which is the mind, and realize that you're actually not limited. You just have to be creative. You have to be, disciplined. You have to have grit. You have to be tough. You have to be smart. You have to be clever. But more importantly, dude, you have to be connected. You start with zero by being connected. So get out there and build relationships. Get out there and nurture relationships. Get out there and leverage relationships. That's how you build from zero, because everything comes from a relationship. What about investing in an early stage business? Again, I'd have to see the financials and run it against my program to see if it's a business that's worth buying. Sometimes those early stage businesses aren't worth buying because they're still too early. I don't know who's the worst guest I had on dropping bombs. And I don't know if an Indian named Gupta who runs 84 million is still in the comments. Chad Peterson. There's the dude. I got to take this call. Peace, guys.